Hello everybody, my name is Lakin. This is a short segment from the 24-hour stream when we had IdleManeZed on to do a little interview. The portion you're about to see is just him asking me about the early player experience. However, he's going to have a video on his channel basically doing an IdleOn efficiency review on my account, which I know a lot of you have been asking for. If you want to see that as well, make sure to go check out IdleManeZed, link in the description. Now, let's get into it.
Hey, Lycan, how you doing?
Hello, not bad at all. Okay, hold on. 1 second. You're
Sure,
gonna
no
notice that my mic quality is a little bit shit on Discord. Oh wait, hold
That's
on.
okay.
Hold on. I don't have to be like family friendly around here or anything, do I? No?
No,
Nothing like
my
that?
stream's okay with that.
Okay, that's good, that's good.
I was just telling them, I do have a hard stop in about an hour. I'm West Coast or East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to head out at like 9:45 my time, so that's 12:45 your time. So I'm gonna plug you. I'm gonna have them transfer over to your YouTube stream. I'll link it in the chat so everyone can pop over and raid you.
Okay, cool.
Just to help you out, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'll be here for like probably another 6 hours at this rate on IdleOn, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you download the new update? Because it just popped, it just dropped.
Yes, I did, and I'm on right now. We're good to go.
Nice. If you want to pop over to the Feather Guy, it is in World 1, above red mushrooms.
World 1, above red mushrooms. Oh, right here, okay. Hold on. I don't really... Oh, okay,
No
I
worries.
see.
A little... There you go.
So, I've got to ask, is the mic quality, like, atrocious, or is it, like, acceptable?
From my perspective, it's fine. I don't have any issues with it.
Okay, that's good, because I don't know why, but for some reason my Discord hates my blue snowball, so I have to use my headphone mic.
Okay. No, the quality is really good. It's coming through very nice.
Okay, well that's good. So we can get started then. I'm at Owlman.
Perfect. All right. Well, this is nice little background content. So, firstly, this is obviously going to be two parts. I reached out to you earlier in the week, and I wanted to get your perspective as someone who's kind of early in IdleOn, someone who has more experience with some of the early game mechanics, especially since my experience with World 1 to World 4 was like late 2023.
Yes.
And so a lot of things were introduced, a lot of things changed, and I'm basing a lot of the account reviews that I do are based off my experience with the game, and that's very different for people now since Lava, I think even after you joined, Lava introduced like you spending in-game coins to unlock your storage, your statue, the taskman, all that stuff.
Yep.
But I still want to learn from someone who is fresh to the game, someone who basically had no outside help. How was your experience progressing IdleOn, going through World 1 to World 4?
Well, I mean, okay, where do I start? Very time consuming. Extremely okay, but that's a given. So you want the details on kind of like, oh, hold on, wait, the bundle that I've been waiting to buy is back in the store, the overpowered one that gives the daily stuff. Nice. Hell yeah. Okay, anyway. Yeah, anyway, so lots of stuff. In terms of, I guess what you're really looking for is like the things that help me the most that might have not been there, right? At your time.
Yeah, sure.
So I think things that I have considered, I mean, I don't know, I feel like a little bit of a cheater, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that did help me get through is definitely like wings that I've gotten, and like the Phoenix wings for sure. That was a big one, and I don't want my answer to be like, yeah, you can expedite your progress if you pay, but that was like at least a little bit of my solution. Other than that, I ended up I mean, what is there really to say about it? Alchemy, absolutely huge. I feel like probably half of my damage comes from there at the moment. As for that, I thought World 2, I believe, by far took the longest. It was also by far my least favorite boss.
Really?
Fonts, absolutely hate him. Honestly, I think I've fought him like 5 times since the first time. I purposefully skipped out on getting his armor because I hate him so much.
Yep.
Whereas,
as you should. That's the meta. His armor is trash.
I've been told like just Amarok armor, good stones, That's basically what I've been rocking with. As for World 3, it did take quite a while, but the boss there absolutely dog walked him. Really easy. It's like, it's hardly even a boss fight, really. He's just a punching bag, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
World 4 is, I mean, it hasn't taken that long so far, mainly because of the elite classes. The elite classes have been huge, like Divine Knight, all the people on the stream kind of leading me to the elite classes. Divine Knight combined with the lab. I feel like progress as I'm going, it feels like it's been getting like quicker instead of slower, honestly.
Yeah. I suppose part of that, I mean, you mentioned that you got the Phoenix Wing, which is one of the one of the more divisive things that came out with World 6 was the Phoenix Wings.
Yes.
With the paid pack there. One thing you said specifically about World 2 I wanted to talk about, because when I do the IE reviews, when people ask me help, they tend to go back to gear and what they should be progressing, and you definitely hit something I want to talk about, which is gear progression. Did you feel like it was stale when you're progressing the worlds?
Gear progression, okay, there's, yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I do have a lot to say on that, because I found that yes, it gets stale, mainly because it is just such a bitch to get gear on all of your characters. It's like, I feel like you're kind of forced into this meta where you just have to give your one dude all of your viable stuff, and then just like you're always bound to have that one guy. Like, for example, even by the time I got to World 4, I had some dude who was just chilling in World 2 on sandy pots, no clothes, no nothing, just like bare fisting that shit. Right? Yeah. Like, the gear progression is, it's, I mean, I understand that, you know, I probably could have solved it if I decided to pay more attention to that stuff, but it's like, I feel like there's not, I guess, much incentive to do so, in my opinion. It's like, because really your goal is to just push through the world, so it's like, why the hell would you gear some other guy when you can just focus on like full-on upgrading your like main pusher and just going nuts to butts, balls to the wall, you know, straight to the top.
I mean, you mentioned
on.
that your progression in World 4 is getting quicker, it's not slowing down, so you feel like, does that add to the incentive that maybe you don't need to upgrade your gear and you should wait to spend your resources as you get to the next world?
Yeah, actually, because it's like, I'm kind of under the impression that, like, you know, why would I upgrade all my gear right now? Because my Divine Knight, as he is, he's like pushing 2 million damage. He's got more than enough to be able to probably make it until the end of World 4, as far as I know. But, it's like, why would I upgrade the gear on everyone else when I'm just gonna unlock like new sets and more stuff to build when I get to the next world, right? Like, from where I'm sitting, it's like, it seems like the only time my other people are all going to end up caught up on gear is like genuinely when I'm in World 6. Other than that, I'm always just gonna have one guy who's just extremely buff. Yeah,
I guess that really does help my perspective, because I always, whenever I do account reviews, and I imagine this is going to be the case when I look at your IE, is that people, when they rush through the world, they see that their gear is really, really bad. Like, some people I've seen have pushed like gold or dementia gear into World 6, which is not what I expect. I expect them to have a more like well-rounded account of what they should be. Yes. And your perspective that there's a resource cost that you don't want to go back and spend time doing, because you're progressing the world just fine, so why would you need to upgrade? That's really helpful, actually.
Yeah, and I guess at a certain point there also tends to be like a disparity in levels, because the thing is, it's like, I feel like you need to have all these characters to do skilling for your main guy, so at the certain point it's like, you know, you've had one guy in the mines for so long, he's like, you know, level 50 or some shit. Your main guy is like level 100, but you need to keep that guy in the mine, because otherwise, how the hell else are you going to build the next armor, right? At least that's the way it's turned out. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lava popped in the chat. Lava, we're doing an interview, sort of talking about the early game of IdleOn, just discussing some of the things from a newer player perspective. We have Lycan
Oh my
right
God.
now. We're talking about that.
God himself just arrived.
God himself arrived.
And we're talking about you.
Yeah. Real quick plug, Lava. This is a great update. I love this. Have you delved into the feathers yet, Lycan? Have you? What are you looking?
Well, I'm sitting here. I'm staring at the owl, and oh my. Okay, I have a lot of feathers. Yeah, so it looks like I need to spend a little bit. Yeah, I've been
You're about
idling
to unlock
along
the
with.
next upgrade. Save up like 300 feathers if you can. There you go.
Okay, well, it goes really quick.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is this? Gain a permanent bonus for outside this map? Is it just like, oh, it's
At
class
the bottom, it'll tell
XP?
you class XP. Yeah.
That's actually kind of huge.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is feathers per second. Okay.
Yeah, it's not per minute. I really like this. I really like idle games, like clicker games. So I'm a big fan of this.
Now I see why there's like 20 people standing here.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, back to it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you touched on something else, which is the split between obviously progression and skilling. That changes a lot with World 4, especially with Lab unlocked.
Yes.
How is your lab progression going? How do you feel about that skill? It's very divisive for people.
Okay, honestly, lab has been kind of huge for me, and I will admit I have shamelessly put literally all my characters in lab except for my main pusher.
Yep.
Mainly because there's bonuses in there that are just so great. Like, in some cases, I don't have to worry about upgrading, like, alchemy, or at least not as much, right? Or, and then the double refinery, and then, of course, the double portals, which is just absolutely insane, or at least it's been insane for me. But lab, honestly, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. You said you threw every single one of your characters in there.
Yes.
Is everyone still in there?
Right now, no. No, I took them out at a certain point. When I realized I was trying to push 2 of my remaining characters to elite class, and I realized that they were each like level 60, and I was like, this is not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I took them out of there and threw them to the wolves to grinds, and for the last couple days I haven't had everything in lab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I suppose the one thing I noticed when I was getting into World 4, I needed more help, so I looked at like Griffey's guides, talking about World 4 and stuff.
Yes.
Obviously you have a Discord community, people tell you a lot of the stuff.
Yes.
Do you know about some of the bonuses that World 5 introduces to lab specifically?
Honestly, no idea. My viewers, like, dear God, what would I do without them most of the time? But they give me good tips, but honestly, I feel like they've been pretty good in terms of like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing right now, but I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think with how big of a bonus World 5 introduces to lab specifically, I feel like it's not telegraphed well. So as you're not into World 5, I don't think you can speak to that yet.
Yeah.
But I will spoil one thing for you. There is one of the skills, Divinity, in World 5, allows you to link to gods. Thanks for the follow, man. Allows you to link to gods. What that essentially means is you get bonuses for linking to them.
Yep.
One of the gods is Arctis. You're permanently in lab. No matter where you are, you don't have to be active in that skill. You have that character active in lab. Knowing that, how do you feel about World 4 now?
I feel like I've been cheated.
Do you think that could be telegraphed better? The bonuses from World 5 that link with World 4?
Yeah, that is a really good thing to touch on, to be honest, because I feel like there's a lot of things that could be telegraphed. Like, there's a pretty massive disparity and like power creep in terms of just like all the new features that get introduced. Like, you get to the next world and suddenly it's just like, Jesus Christ. Like, not only do you have so many more bonuses, but it's also, it can also sometimes they all impact previous skills, that as well. And it can also I mean, sometimes it's just a lot, to just like keep track of it all, right? Keeping track of it all, as well as like what impacts what and what you need for what. And yeah, no, I feel like there could definitely be, like, I don't actually have a coherent recommendation for this, but I feel like it could be more organized, I suppose.
Yeah, I think one of the weak points of this game is I think Lava did a great thing. As you started the game, there was like a guide, right? He gave you like specific steps of things to do to progress like the quests and stuff. I feel like that those are very helpful, and that should be introduced more into the different worlds. I feel like when it's put into quest form, I think people tend to skip it. Like Gobo, like when you did Gobo's quest line, did you actually read his quests and do what he said?
Nope.
I guess the second question is, do you remember who Gobo is?
Yeah, that was going to be my counter there. I was, yeah, no, I don't think I've actually, like, outside of the shit in World 1, with, like, Scripticus, whose name I remember, look at that. Yeah, no, I don't think, no, I don't think I paid attention at all.
I think I'm lying. I really don't know if his name is Gobo or not.
It is Gobo. God.
Okay. But yeah, I feel like he tried to do that in World 4, and I think it failed because he put it in quest form. It wasn't a different flag, so to speak, and I feel like that it's not necessarily bad for players. Obviously, there's some things in the game you kind of have to learn on your own, but I feel like with how big of a curveball World 4 was compared to the previous worlds, I think it could have been telegraphed a little bit more, and I think it's one of the gripes I hear a lot of people heading into World 4. When I do their account reviews, they're not aware of some of the things that World 5, even World 6 introduces to revamp the previous worlds and to give you better bonuses. So I wanted to touch on telegraphing, or rather, like, giving hints better, because it's one of the gripes I hear a lot of people talking about.
I mean, no, I still discover stuff that I didn't even know existed. Like, one thing I discovered the other day that was insanely game-changing for me was the fact that you can switch your trap type in the trap menu. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, you're telling me that actually, because I thought the benefit of having the silk skin trap was just that you could place one more trap. I didn't realize that you could actually switch the tab and it would give you more stuff. I was like, wait, so is that why I'm so broke this whole time? That's been the reason?
Yeah, I mean, the traps themselves have different uses. The final trap you unlock, I think, on the royal traps or something.
Yeah.
They changed like the calculations that makes doing traps better, and I just learned about that myself like a month ago. So you're not in the dark there. Some of the skills could be made better, and obviously there are some skills that not every skill is going to be great. I just sometimes think some of the skills could be explained or given better UI or explanation too. So. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, wait, hold on a sec. I just realized I've been completely neglecting my chat this whole time. Keep on clicking, blah blah blah, owling, World 3 on ward gear. Okay, wait. Okay, never mind. They're not actually asking me anything. That's good.
You know, I'm looking at your chat too. Phoenix, I see your comment there. I will be talking about that because I do intend to review Lycan's account. I want to talk more specifically about lab, all that stuff when I do look at his account. So speaking of your account, did you do your IE yet?
Okay, hold the phone. Yeah, I've used IdleOn efficiency. I've opened it once, I think, so it's like it does.
Okay, have you made it public?
Usable. I don't know about public.
So if you click on the person at the top right, you should click on public profile, and there should be an upload button.
1 second. Okay, IdleOn efficiency. Am I still logged in here? Oh my god. Wait a sec. Go to google.com/device and use the code. Okay, sure.
Oh, yeah, I do that every time you log in.
Let's enter the code. Cool. Now, oh man, I have a lot of Google accounts. Which one did I use for IdleOn? Let's see. Nope. I think did I? I got it first try. That's crazy.
Nice.
Probably first time that's ever happened in my life. Public profile. Upload.
You know, I work in tech, and I definitely should not have all the passwords on my phone. I feel like that's specifically sworn against, so I need better security on my end.
As a guy who has taken many a computer tech course and stuff like that, and had my teachers just constantly talking about security and stuff like that, I also should not have my passwords on my phone, but I do anyway. And it's like the most insecure thing ever. I honest to God have a gigantic note with
It's
all
very
my
convenient,
it is very convenient. It's all about convenience, but you know, it's convenient for whoever hacks my devices as well, so
True.